boxing icon Ricky Hatton has been found dead at home aged just 46. Hatton, who was one of British sport's most popular athletes during his prime, was crowned world champion when he stunned Chu on what was a defining night in 2005. Hatton went on to be involved in two of the biggest fights involving British fighters when he took on Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. He hung up his gloves after his sickening co-defeat by the latter, but returned 3.5 years later when he lost to Vyacheslav Senchenko in 2022. Hatton had been due to return to the ring in December, 13 years on from his last professional bout. He was expected to face Dubai's first ever professional boxer Issa Alda in the Emirates. Greater Manchester Police confirmed a body had been found at Hatton's address and that the death was not being treated as suspicious. A spokesperson said, "We can confirm that we have found a body at an address on Bowlicker Road in G Cross at 6:45 am today, Sunday, September 14th. The death is not being treated as suspicious." Hatton grew up on a council estate in Hyde in Manchester, and after having trials for Rochdale Football Club, he joined a boxing club in order to defend himself from bullies at school. After a short amateur career, he made his professional debut in a leisure center in 19,897, a far cry from the dazzling lights that would follow. Hatton won the lightly regarded WB light welterweight title in 2001 before stopping Chu in 2005 in what remains one of the best victories by a British fighter. Hatton became a unified champion later the same year before moving up in weight to take on Luis Colla, with victory confirming him as a two-weight world champion. Hatton had a perfect 43-0 record before he took on Mayweather at the MGM Grand in 2007, which was billed as one of the biggest fights in boxing history. As impressive on the mic as in the ring, Hatton trash-talked Mayweather in the build-up to the fight but could not claim victory on the night, being stopped in the 10th round by the pound-for-pound king. Wins over Juan Lascano and Malignaggi followed, but Hatton was brutally knocked out by Pacquiao in May 2009 in the second round on what was, for all intents and purposes, his boxing farewell. But a homecoming at the Manchester Arena followed against Senchenko in November 2012 before an unscored exhibition bout against Marco Antonio Barrera in 2022. Hatton, whose brother Matthew and son Campbell also fought professionally, would often balloon in weight during fights, earning him the moniker Ricky Hatton. But the Manchester fighter struggled with his mental health and was estranged from his parents following a bitter row over money in 2009, which led to a fight with his dad Ray in a car park. Hatton reconciled with his parents in 2019, only for their relationship to hit the rocks again 2 years ago following the release of a documentary about the fighter's life. Hatton had his son, who hung up his gloves after 16 fights during a reconciliation with an ex-girlfriend. The fighter struggled with a cocaine addiction and was treated in rehab in 2010 following his brutal defeat by Pacquiao. He admitted to struggling in retirement, but eventually turned to coaching before making his ultimately ill-fated comeback. Tributes flooded in from the world of boxing, with friend Amir Khan pleading, "Ricky, thank you for everything. For your fights, your moments of glory, your grit. Thank you for pushing us, showing us what's possible." To everyone reading this, if you're hurting or struggling, you are not alone. Talk. Reach out. Because we need more light, more compassion, more understanding. Rest well, Ricky. You'll always have your place in the ring of our memories. Chris Eubank SR wrote on social media, "Rest in peace, Mr. Ricky Hatton. We salute you," while Turki El Sheikh, one of the sport's most high-profile promoters, said, "I am saddened by the tragic news of Ricky Hatton's passing at the young age of 46. He was a great fighter and a legend in British boxing."